Hold your ground, man.
Lies in the soil. We'll have your head on a pike.
Oi! Oi! Where do you think you're going? This is my spot. You can, take the other side. What do you think? It's good material. It doesn't hurt that it pays well, if the keepers don't catch you. Aye, it is. So what? It's just... For a moment there, I was worried you were one of those knobs who get their pat... I can't stand their kind, but they've never gone out...
Look what you've done, you fool. It's always the same with you. Beat them up first, ask questions later, damn it. And now we have no gold, no nothing, just a pile of old stone and a dead body.
No, come off it. Let's just take what he had and...
must have had. Who had you as their plaything? The church? Ah, but it doesn't matter. I'm Abigail, a knight. I swore my until she had no more use. Now, I walk alone, but a shadow. You look wretched, and you smell like... I've seen people like you before. Broken. If you've had enough of it all, I could grant you an honorable death. You lived like a cur, but you could die. Just say the word. Yes.
What's happening? In the name of the All Mother, what are you doing? Wait, I haven't. But we don't just let anybody in, pal. You need to have, this pin. I can't say I see it very clearly at this, but I remember Fergus says something. Oh, yes, I remember now. Please, speak with Fergus. He's our quartermaster. Have a pleasant... Open it!
Let me guess. Camelot, no? Timberwall. Also no...
You must be from Connacht. I should have guessed right away.
Oh, I was just wondering. Here in the south, we have our own affairs. What happens out there in the world?
And they should. It's in our...
You know, people are talking about rising unrest in the north, and a secret coalition. And that whole plague thing is just a tool to reach their final goal.
And to be honest, it's not gone too bad for them.
Well, sure. They want to establish a new order on our island. And it's not clear who's in...
Maybe. Maybe our captain is even involved. Hell knows. They have their people... Although when I look at you, I don't think so. You have such a stupid...
That's the case. Those sons of bitch, they kinda blend in and live among us. It's hard to tell if it's hideous magic or some other tricks. You see? It takes one to know one. And that means folks like us won't change anything. But we have to...
Wait a minute. I'm not suggesting anything.
It doesn't make sense that the plague appeared just like that. Out of bloody...
Power over us, of course. Over our bodies and souls. You know, I've been thinking lately. What if King Arthur is just a stupid fairy tale? What if the nobles and others involved...
You know, one story for everyone. They drilled it.
Yeah? Don't tell me you're one of those fools that think that the Almighty...
Exactly. But maybe one...
I like it when things are quiet.
Boy, friend, a question. Do you know why people...
Because he's ripped. Oh, of course. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Osbert, local master...
Oh, not really. People used to come and go. Now and then a ship would make a stop at the village. Now that I think of it, you're the first they've let in. Oh, so you have friends in... Of course, those pins are peak craftsmanship, and very rare at that. We only get... But when I look at you, well, it's pretty obvious you wouldn't be able to beat a knight. And even if you found one already dead, you'd sooner nick his armor. Either way, good for you. Yeah. After we lost 2 squads trying to take back the All-Mother's temple from the... Then, he shut himself in his office. Virgus is trying to keep the lads occupied, but... just look around. Sometimes I wonder, you know, how many... It's like we've done something to anger the god. First, we started hearing that desperate people. Then, the Del Rita tribes took over the All-Mother's temple. And so on and so forth. We're in quite a pickle, my friend. Yes, that damn forest north of here was already cursed and creepy. But now, they say that some men here started going dark. And when the weirdness gets here, well, we're fucked. That's... Then something happened, and suddenly we saw ships arriving near our eastern One good thing is that the bandits aren't up to fight. Truth be told, most of them are just... When the villages started dying out, because of the weirdness, hunger, or raid, so they banded together and started raiding whatever was left. Then they turned to killing each other. I heard that dew fell down the stairs and didn't break a single bone. So...
Hope nothing bad happens today.
Ha! Friend, I wish. But the only task I could use help with might be a bit too
Unless you're a master goldsmith, then feel free to prove it. And I'll have work for you. There's just not enough of them to go around. And now that... Listen, I said I don't have any jobs, as in things I pay you for doing. That doesn't mean I can't teach you a thing or two. If you're willing... Since you're free to wander about while I'm stuck in the keep, maybe we can make good use of that. You've probably bashed in the skull of a beast or two, right? The alchemist. They're likely snatching up the... But perhaps you'd rather craft yourself some armor. We should start with something simple. I'll give you some notes on how to make armor. You gather the materials and get to work. And when you're done, you can bring it... Hope nothing bad happens today.
Blessings upon you, stranger. As prepared as any man can be against something that swords and fire. But there is one thing. The Excalibur they keep here. It has not been wielded in an age, yet well, even as it rests upon its pedestal, the air around it remains untouched. The keepers may not see it for what it is, but I do. There is power, and if it truly holds back the weirdness, then perhaps it was never safe. No, but safer. But tell me, what is safety, truly? A stronghold? So no, I do not feel safe. It's a sickness, many of my brothers would call it a curse, a stain upon... And yet, I wonder, did Kai not teach us that the weirdness twists and warps? Yes, life grows in its wake, strange, and that is what frightens the... What do you mean? Not much, unfortunately. I only know that many brothers dream of joining the research, but I am surprised you know about them. The brothers wouldn't allow... That's commendable. Keep it up. The Prophet... I don't doubt it. We have many research teams there. Of course, our main area of interest is the... We also have herbalists, researchers of the weirdness, keepers of druidic knowledge. Ah, that... Indeed, my child. I have served in the Horns of the South since I turned 20. As for the asylum, I only know as much as my brothers deem necessary to... I'm afraid that I simply cannot believe your blasphemy. So it's your word against thee. Certainly. Kai... May Kai's word...
If you're here to see the healer, don't bother. He's a quack and a butcher who likes to watch people suffer. And I mean it! He's a know-it-all from Camelot, but the truth is, he doesn't know All of those academic types think they're better than us village folk, just because they... I came to him with a toothache, asked him to make me something for the pain, and you know what he did? He said my tooth is rotten, and then sent me to... Sounds like horse crap. My grandma was... She knew how to make a proper potion for toothache. If I were any good at mixing that stuff, I even gave him my grandma's recipe, but he said it was no... No, Heber took it, the plonker. Said if I don't know how to make it, I shouldn't have it. And that he doesn't want some questionable home... You will? Oh, you're a...
Sir, I haven't seen you before. I wasn't expecting any guests, and you don't look like a new recruit. And yet, Odrin let... Huh, that's surprising. But good. Very good. He's been a drunk for as long as I can remember.
The name's Fergus, and I assume you already know I'm the quartermaster here?
No, and please, try to be convincing, or the walls of this fort... Yes, I know. And that's why you're still standing in front of me. However, they mean that in times of trouble, these people will always find us.
That makes me wonder, what happened to your friend? If what you're saying is true, he must have had a deal with somebody well above my pay grade, and that leaves...
However, if you're lying, then you might as well have just confessed to the murder of a Knight of the Round Table. Fortunately for you, I've seen my fair share of morons. Fortunately for me, this pen only means that I'm to make sure you're safe in the Horns. Nothing.
Anyway, welcome to the Horns of the South. I'm Captain Brandon's right hand. He deals with the serious matters I don't want to know anything about. I take care of our everyday...
Fine then. This is the keep. Anyone sworn in as a keeper lives here, unless they're no longer fit for... Otherwise, they're not allowed to go there without my express permission. So if you ever see any of my boys down there looking... You're allowed to walk around the keep and the village, but if anyone catches you stealing, I'll take your hands. If you attack any of my... He's not our first line of defense. The archers are. Every man here needs to have a job, and no offense to Odrin, I'm sure the hordes of visitors clamoring at our gates can survive the insult. Ninian. I knew the Red Death would take him. Damn, you did right bringing this back. The Horns look after their own, even after... But now that I think of it... What? Brother Riagan said Ninian was too weak to survive. They came for him, and we even held us in... What were you doing in the... You look fine, but if you were there... I'm sorry this happened to you. Still, you have to understand, now that you've told me this, no risks can be taken when it comes... We've been having trouble with the dead lately. The kind that don't want to... There are more and more of them roaming the area. It might just be the weirdness. Anyway, I suggest you go see Marg first. He knows best. He's our... Right now, Marg is the only other person... I'm not about to risk the life of our last link to the outside world. There is a local legend about a dark druid named... Slaughter, that was it. He was a necromancer rumored to be able to raise the dead. It's quite an old legend, though, so unless he managed to raise himself... It's old. From what I've heard, the keepers and the people from the village below used to bury their dead. Yeah, damn druids. They flooded a village of innocent people. I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad we got rid of them. It's not far, and it's hard to miss. But honestly, I'd suggest you go see Marg first. You don't really know what you're walking into, so if I were you, I'd try... The captain forbade anyone from leaving the keep, so I couldn't. Your words. Good. Try not to get yourself killed. It used to belong to the keep. You could say it was its beating heart. Ah, those must have been the days. Until, at last. What else was there to do? There weren't enough people to live there, and we wiped out most of them. But new ones showed up every now and then. Marg. Depends on your idea of interesting. There's a weird statue with a gong, but I don't know. Ask Marg. Excalibur. You want to, well, be my guest, if you think you can. But unless you're King Arthur reborn, I wouldn't count on it. Yes? Did you? Why not? Just as I thought. If you have friends among the knights, you'll want to talk to the captain. Because I said so. What? Did you really expect that you could just end? There wouldn't be much point in having walls and guards here if anyone could just... So what? And have you helped any of my people? Or are you just here to wave that... First, show me you care. And then I trust we understand. Good. If you need rap...
You? Ah, shit. Another mouth to feed. Here, guys, I'm serious. If we don't open the keep soon, not that I can't cook them in a way that makes you think it's chicken. Oh, this is new. Maybe we'll get along after all. The dimwit. It's a good thing you didn't start with calm down. Yeah, I'm pissed off. Because our gracious... They say they're running from the... So now I had even more hungry mouths to feed. And since the captain... Of course, I can make you 1,000 different dishes based on... Well, well, an adventurer. I'm good for now. But if you find something interesting, you can... And, as a sign of goodwill, I'll allow you free reign of... Oh, you're trying to piss me off. What do you think they serve? In the... Then go sit there. Hell no. If someone's still fit to...
Oh, sorry. Do I know you? I'm terrible with faces. I'm Jan Heber, a physician raised in Camelot. Healing diseases, sometimes cutting people open. Oh, and pulling out teeth seems to be a leading... Me pulling teeth in the arse end of the world? My friends back in I don't dream about anything anymore. So sleep feels... Fortunately, back in Camelot, I found a mix of remedies that can keep me awake for a whole week. It was quite... Oh no, every physician needs his secrets. But I can sell you some. There are... You won't fall asleep for a while, but the moment you do, well, you'll feel like you died and came back to life, only to die again. So you either take the next dose, or endure. I can endure it because I don't have a post to attend to. But our brave soldiers, well, that'd be risky. Well, they already trust my word. Moreover, I'm in the position to raise my prices, or to refuse to sell you medicine. Is some local witchcraft I've been trying to make sense of. I guess I'll find out when I try it. Experience is the best teacher. Don't worry, I'm not... Graham the Mad, a great Camelotian physician, used to say that a real doctor... A wise approach, which I follow... What irony? Oh, that was unexpected. Here, take it. But the pursuit of knowledge is always dangerous. That's why it's reserved. It takes true guts to face the unknown, to realize just how little you know. I was classically trained in the proper art of medicine by the scholars of Camelot. The things they do here, most of this stuff shouldn't even be effective. Yet it seems to work wonders on these simple-minded... Shipments from Camelot are late, so I'm running low on supplies. If I'm not able to treat them, they'll start... And Fergus doesn't like when people complain, especially when it comes to their health. He truly cares about them, I've got to admit. He doesn't care... Lanzo knows very well what he must do. I'm sorry, but there's nothing else I can do for him. Either he removes... Yes, his grandma's miracle medicine. I honestly don't have time for village supers. I had to confiscate the recipe as well, lest he tries making it himself. As if I don't have enough problems already. Times in the keep are tough. Everyone is either... Honestly, the last thing I need is people poison... No, I thought I made myself clear. If you want an excuse to drink yourself to oblivion, no need to add other potentially dangerous... Yes, and I'm pretty sure that's the only reason people think those things. It's obvious. If you drink enough alcohol, you eventually stop feeling pain. Along with... Well, to be fair, the base recipe is pretty harmless. But what if someone decides that if they don't have carnation, it's perfectly fine to substitute it with devil's snare, since the color is more or less the same? Or sage with wolfsbane, because, you know, leaves are leaves. I'm sorry, but unfortunately I know these people well enough not to trust them with something like this. What? How do you... You know what? Fine. Do whatever you want. But if it causes you to shit yourself for 3 days... Why would you, though? Don't you have better things? Well, if you're not in the mood for sharing, then you might have more success getting people to trust you with their personal matters if you were a little bit more forthcoming. Aha, got it. So you're up for work, not out of the goodness of your heart. Good point. That is... But all right, if you're a mercenary, then I do have a job for someone who'd be willing... Straight to the point, eh? All right. I need someone to perform a ritual. You go there, read a spell, do whatever needs to be done, come back and tell me exactly. In Camelot, maybe, but this far south? I've spent my entire life digging through scrolls. I've been reading about their rites and the descriptions of their rituals. They knew much more than we do, but it feels like it's like I need to find the right spell, the right...
Ah, you're back! How's the remedy? Thank you! Here, take this as my thanks.
You all right, newbie? Have you been to see the refugees? I can't believe... Hey, what a... Cole came to us with a group of refugees from some nearby villages. They were looking for shelter. Bandits, the weirdness, the Del Reader, hunger. You'll meet them in the village. They live in the buildings. Not long ago, though, Cole started acting. He might have used too much force. And Cole felt compelled to defend himself. Frankly, I think Mahon brought it on himself. Wait, if you ever meet... I know it's not much, but I'd like her to know she's not alone. I support her. Didn't expect to see you. Good to see you again. The pledge today was very interesting, wasn't it? Huh? Ah, yeah. So, what do you need this time? The pass again? Hey, not this time, my friend. I've run out of ink. I'm waiting for a delivery. In the meantime, I need to ask you for a favor. So, you in? For the... I guess you still haven't sobered up, huh? The Stale Lamb. Truly a great place. I hope they're not planning to close it down. You do know it needs to stay between us. Do you understand? Fantastic. So, on a recent night out of wrongs, it seems I may have left some documents, with Captain Fergus' seal. But not... I can't really go there right now. Could you get them back for me? Splendid! Or just find me. I'll be a...
do you need? At least, that's what they tell me to say. I'm supposed to... Usually, it's nothing but interesting folks. I'm telling you. But right now, quiet as can be. Good. Because I am. I asked for this post. No useless small talk. No shrieking seagulls. And I get to read my book.
Who are you? I am. They told me I don't like it. The keep is supposed to be my home. That cursed madman from the refugee group bit me. I think the boys told me he's locked up in a cage now. Good. That's the bloody all mother. If I'd known he was carrying some foul disease, I wouldn't... He's just mad. And as you can see, I wasn't wrong. Damned if I know. Whenever I've had a fever, but this, I can't find the words. Sometimes it feels like I'm fading away, and there's a voice like a dreadful howl. At times, I hear our words within it. But more often, it's like the medic and that red priest both came to see me. Both shrugged, offering no cure. But if you've got anything stronger to drink, I wouldn't say no. Thanks. Hold fast and
Doing okay? Why are you sneaking around? I can't let you get away with this! Stop! I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all.
Oi! Stop where you are! Well, well, well. The scoundrel has been caught. And now... In your face, you...
Please, don't make me do this. I like it when things are quiet. I like it when things are quiet.
Oh, a new face? It's always nice to see. Yes, my apologies. Ever since breakfast today, I've been sort of lost in... You see, all we got here is venison and fish. Venison, then fish. And then fish. I can live with all the bullshit that's thrown at us, and I'd kill for a slice of that pie. As if it were that easy. And Rorik, the one we have here, well... Really? Sure.
Hey, you! Stop right there! You filthy cur! I'll teach you a lesson.
here to keep me company or put me out of my misery? Just kidding. Love the view. Always windy. You don't say. I didn't choose. Our beloved quartermaster has just got drunk in the tavern. But I mean, why would he even... Oh, aye. I need a warm coat. And I mean the absolute... Osprey might have something in stock or know how to make one. I'd ask myself, but he's not exactly speak. Thanks, friend.
Hey, tell me. Listen, I'm no good with words. Could you read me a letter? She's learning how to read and write. Can you believe it? She writes letters to me. Oh, thanks. And what's it? No, you must have misunderstood. What do I do now? I don't know. I should go back to him, right? I guess. I guess.
What do you think of scale armor? Scale armor. What do you think of it? And what... Sure, maybe it's easy to make and doesn't restrict movement, but it doesn't provide the best protection. Someone just with a metal armor is much better. That will prevent you from being run through. I told them, but they both said I know jack shit. Besides, the keep and the quartermaster added it that if I don't like our equipment, he could say... Perhaps you're right. But if somebody ever stabs me under the scales, I'll go straight to the... Oh, of course. I mean, I've never made one. I'm not an armourer. Here's the page from the Armourer's Almanac. I read a lot about it. In Volume 4, for example, chainmail allows for a good range of... No, but I have knowledge from books and a lot of... Shadowblade is a monarch, a true expert. Everything he writes is interesting. Oh.
This feeling, it was so strong, so real. I remember now, the weight of it, the power. This blade was never just steel. It was a part of me. Yes. The sensation is unmistakable, but it carries more than my soul. It carries a part of my legacy. A sword like that, it doesn't yield easily. It demands strength of body and of will. You'll need to grow stronger before it will choose you.
All mother's tits. I've just about had it with this bunch of repressed virgins. And who might you be? Oh, do I now? You would be too if you had to deal with those sniveling morons when they're up to something. Don't look at me like that. You don't get as far in life as I have if you can't smell. There's something fishy going on here. But I'll get to the bottom of it. I just need you to go to Brandon and find out why that slime ball is pretending not to know I'm here. Tell him I'm waiting with his although I'm pretty sure he knows. Right. What was I thinking? You wouldn't. You're new here, right? There's something going on, you know? They don't want anybody to know, but I can feel it. Then suddenly I found myself stuck here. They won't let me further in, not even to... Anyway, good luck to you. Come. Name's Orla. I'm a merchant. Or I try to be, when my business isn't being held. What was I thinking when I decided to leave Timberwall? You've never been to the merchant capital? Well, you didn't miss much. Yeah, other than that, it's a place like any other. The same pain and misery. Or, well, maybe it is, if you like living with a bunch of backstabbing crooks. Not really. It's more of a requirement if you ever want to be successful in I have no home in Timberwall. Well, I feel like every time I go back, I recognize it less and less. The people... Business is slow, I'm not gonna lie. With the weirdness creeping in from the north But, I don't know. Being a merchant from Timberwall used to mean craftiness. Oh, love, plenty. And almost none of them happy. I'll never... It was a small settlement, just a few houses. There was... Or so we thought. Until we... A man who tried to chop off his legs after they started sprouting antlers. Another one who gouged his eyes out, so he wouldn't have to look. A woman in the farthest corner of the settlement managed to stab herself in the heart. I almost dropped it all and ran back to Timberwall that day. I'm still not sure why I did. You do realize you won't score any points with the Keeper. Those holier-than-thou soldier boys have no idea what it takes to be a merchant in this sorry world. There's a woman from the tribes called Nest. She's my supplier. At least, I think she's... I haven't heard from her in a while. And she was supposed to... You still up for an adventure? My guess, and it's only a guess, is that at some point she must have been... Rumor has it that Bromar No-Face and his thugs are fond of that place, which... Good luck. And don't worry, I'll pay. No matter whether she's dead...
Welcome! In the name of our eternally reigning majesty, I am obliged to inform you that fighting those who actively break the law, as Camelot's representative, I will be paying a bounty of 10 gold pieces. I also recommend checking the bounty board for information on wanted criminals, especially those considered. Please, state your business. That's correct. My name is Lillian. I was sent here from the capital to see how the Horns of the South are handling the bandit problem. The situation with the Pict and Del Rita savages is precarious. Too bad we can't get rid of them as easily as we do. There have also been rumors that we might soon have a civil war on our hands. So, Camelot... There are rumors that the Rita tribes want to unite, and that will mean open war with Camelot. As for those Pict savages, they've been growing bold, leaving their forest. For now, it's just been Well, you've probably heard about the druids making human sacrifices by stuffing people into wicker puppets and, well, the people decided to give them a taste of their own medicine. Oh, how they must have howled and sizzled. Yep, made human sacrifices, prayed to the dark gods, brought the weirdness back. Bunch of bastards. Good thing they're worm food now. Most of them, the survivors have supposedly taken refuge, and one of them is rumored to be hiding in the Horns area. But whether that was before or after the charge, his name was Slaudyard. He was lurking near Blood Lake, a small pond where they used to throw the bodies of. They say he would fish them out and use his magic to turn them into undead monsters. Supposedly, he started needing some fresher corpses, so the Horns organized a manhunt. They found him. People say that the moment his body touched the surface of Blood Lake, the water turned red, and some say that Slaudyard came back from the dead and seeks revenge. But if you ask, I don't really have much more to tell. It's hard to get any updates here. I only know that the new Lancelot has not, the Witch Morgaine would have been burnt at the stake long ago if everyone. And then we have the commoners who seem to keep forgetting their place and loudly demanding changes. None so far. The keepers don't want to risk being turned into pin. Besides, the captain banned them from leaving the Horns of the South without a good reason. Too many. Oh, you have no. When I heard they were sending me south, to the very place that's crawling with bandits and barbarians from the tribes, fighting, gushing blood, screams and such like, I thought the veterans would be, or even better, how they were ripping open throats, and instead, the only stories I hear are when those fools break their own legs. I could be, but many people can swing a sword, but only a few have as sharp and bright a mind as I do. Besides, watching and listening gives me enough satisfaction without needing to risk my life. Yeah, I've been like this since I was a child. The moment and execute, and there were quite a lot of them in Camelot, and I like to watch where Mum punished the servants. Well, Camelot would send a group of. He'd probably burn down half the garrison. By the way, did you know that people who are usually the sudden jolt causes the backbone to snap? A while ago, I saw someone hanging in the village, and it's true. Once. No matter what you say about him, he's very efficient, brutal, even. Oh, sure, plenty. Did you know that apparently, if you cut off someone's head, they don't die straight away, but remain. If someone dies in a damp, closed-off space, sometimes, but very rarely, their body creates a... I heard that a body decomposes in water 4 times faster. I need to think. If I remember anything, I'll let you know. Oh! Someone finally checked out the notices I was posting. Go, the hunter. Go chop off some heads. If you're seeking scum to slay, you'll find bandits in the ruins of a merchant settlement nearby. It's with...
Yes. Still exactly how my mother would make it. Oh, don't get me wrong. It's just that every time I doubt my service in the horns of the South, my mother wasn't much of anything, to tell the truth. She always said I was good for nothing, and every day she'd bring back home a new uncle. Many of those uncles like to kick me out of my own house. Then, when she'd sober up and got rid of an uncle, if the other villagers hadn't been feeding me. Yeah, I do. So, despite the shitty weather and
It's nice to have a break. What a nice day.
Huh. It's Radan, isn't it? That ungrateful...
You don't have to do that, kid. I know it's for him.
And I forgave him a long time ago. Now that I think about it...
Well, he was right. I am old, but inefficient stung a little bit. After all, I did my job well. And his...
Well, I may not be angry with him anymore, but that doesn't mean I'll work my ass. Here's an explanation of how to make it. Feel free to...
Oi, friend. You went... Those books are the biggest load of crap I've ever come across. And I've... Yeah, well, Alar is a fanatical follower of that Shadow Blade. He even had the nerve to argue with me. Now, I told him I can hammer... Arden Shitblade, you mean? Of course I don't. No one knows who he is or why his nonsense even gets published. But plenty... You don't get it. Those books, they are dangerous. What do you think will happen? They sure as hell won't become a Knight of the Round Table. First Grindelow they come across will punch right through that gob. And you don't think the one writing this nonsense, testing people's faith to me, That shadow blade is... Well, if you could find him, knock some sense into his head. I've got no idea. He's been trying to share the wisdom of those books, but I... Thank you. You'll not only make this old smith happy... Sometimes it's nice to just sit and think.
Oh, right. The lamellar armor from the Armorer's Albany. I knew it. If you follow Arden's instructions closely, I'd love to make my first armor, but I doubt also... Depends. Why do you... That's true. I always wondered what he looks like. And what he's like in person. He must be an amazing god. If you manage to track him down, you have to because I know where to find him. The almanac isn't printed by Arden himself, but in Timberwall. In the first editions, they accidentally included not only Arden's name and pen name, but also his place of residence. I paid a good... No problem. I'll lend you this copy. But don't forget to get...
What a nice day.
That's between her and the captain. Were it up to me, she'd be long. I knew we'd have to deal with this sooner or later. Time isn't exactly up. It's hard for me to admit, but nobody, including myself, really knows what's going on. Hmm? Yes? Why not?
The better. Bloody seagulls! Can you hear me? You flying? A keep by the sea. What a great idea. I'm fixated. Me! Oh, you didn't see what they did to me a week ago. I was just standing watch as usual, so I yelled what I think about them, shaking my fist. And then another 4. Split. I tell you, they're laughing at me. Sure. If you haven't noticed yet, everything here tries to I once managed to shoot a few. I thought they'd learned their lesson and wouldn't be flying. And guess what they did? They kept... I need to try a different strategy. Find some... Like the way crows are afraid of scarecrows in fields. I'm sure... Oh, thank you. I just need you to bring me some kind of a bird scarer. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's anyone... There is one guy in the museum. Riderick. He's supposed to know...
Were you at the pledge? Yeah.
Yeah. Sleep, damn it, is all. No sleeping, no. The service is eternal. Where would we be? I shut my eyes for about 15 minutes every day. Sometimes 20, but I'm not gonna lie. That potion from Eber, you could stand on the walls all day and night. What? Listen, pal, I never asked. And then Yen put it somewhere else. Keep us vegan. Shows what you know. Once more.
Attention, the better.